Hi, this is Ananda Ying, and this is my oracle card reading, my energetic oracle card reading for the collective commencing the 3rd of March 2025. And the three decks which I've used, and the first of which, and the three cards which give the main flavor for the week. So the three are from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards by Stewart Pearce. And I have one from the Wild Kuan Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And a final one from the Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Three really lovely decks. So I'm going to show you the three cards from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle. And the first one is Sandalphon. And the keyword is intention. And the second card is Uriel, and the keyword is trust. And the third and final card from this deck is Michael's transmutation. The single one from the Wild Kuan Yin deck is Harvest Mother watches over me. And the last one from the Ancient Stones is Be the Mountain. And the words are slow and steady, foundations, patience. I've just got my dog here because I think he's just going to start barking, so I'm trying to stop him. So if there's a pause in the video or the recording, it's because I've had to do it just because he might start barking. So here he is. Woofter. Hey, say hello. Okay, so what is all of this saying? So intention. And we know that, and I think perhaps we've been finding out more and more over the past few years, that it's important where we put our intention, where we put our focus, and also what we're focusing on, what we're thinking about, because it somehow manages to affect our reality, our experience of life. Yeah, so that's why there have been so many people who've been teaching affirmations and all of that. But first, I always believe you have to deal with the underlying subconscious. Yeah, because that's what's really running the show. Okay, so intention. So there you have it. There's a lady, and she's on the beach. It looks like it's on the beach. Beautiful place in nature, which is there are wonderful places to go to. Nature for helping us to reconnect deeply with ourselves, for clearing our minds, for just touching base with ourselves. So if you need to have a good place to check in with yourself or have a think about and check in to see what's really going on in your mind and what's going on in your subconscious, going to nature is a really good place to go to, unless you have a really peaceful and safe place at home, and you find that you won't get distracted by all the stuff in the kitchen that needs doing and all the chores, etc. Then nature is just a wonderful place to go to, just to go and sit, not even necessarily to meditate, but just to sit or to walk through. And so we are asked, what is your intention? What you want? We're coming into eclipse season. Yeah, we just had the new moon last week. I think probably early hours of Friday morning, and we're now approaching lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. They tend to occur in pairs, yeah, because they're practically opposite each other on the other side of the planet. So, and we're also approaching Mercury retrograde, which is on the 14th of March. And so that kind of, it takes us back and to look at things once again. So it's good to be mindful of that, to just remember that those sorts of things might happen. It's like you're giving a final chance to go through some stuff before you can then launch yourself into the equinox, and after the equinox into spring. So all these natural things, everything which is happening, is actually really, really supportive of our processes and supportive of our evolution. And you don't have to wait for this period in the year to do it. Can you imagine if you were in the equator, which is where I come from, country around the equator? You don't have the 4 seasons as we do so strongly here, but still, we do have, there are cycles as well, and we're still supported in our processes, and the encouragement to go deep within, and then the encouragement to then take action and to create. Okay, so now we're coming into spring, into Mercury retrograde, into the equinox, into eclipse season, where it can be very, very intense, but it's all supporting us to sort of go into ourselves again. Trust that this process is helping you. It may feel uncomfortable, so get some help. Go and have lots of nice salt baths with Epsom salts, with your favorite aromatherapy oils. Have a lovely massage, or give yourself a lovely massage. Go for a sauna, go for a good detoxing, and support yourself as you do this, and just trust that all your efforts are not in vain. And sometimes the only effort is just to be aware, to be open, to listen to yourself, and also listen to what other people are saying. And perhaps that's all it takes, just being really aware. Okay, it might not take a huge, like, 3-day or 4-day or 5-day retreat where you're completely on your own, and there's no exposure to anything. So you don't have to go on those retreats necessarily where you're completely alone and you have no exposure to the outside. Well, you're just on your own. And some of these retreats are in darkness, and you don't necessarily have to do that unless you're called to. But really, we're just being asked to be very, very mindful and trust ourselves and trust our intuition. And therefore, if you are called to do those retreats, go ahead. If you're called to go and visit nature, beautiful place in nature, go ahead. If you're asked to just take some time out from work, maybe for a couple of days, then go ahead. But again, we have a beautiful place in nature, beautiful place up in the mountains where you have all these water crystals and snow, and the vibration is amazing. Okay, so use this time to support yourself as well. Transmutation, turning lead into gold. Again, it's about doing the work, being aware of what's in your subconscious, getting help if you need it, if there's shadow work. So shadow work is basically what's in your subconscious, which may be running the show, which may be really, it's based on very limiting beliefs. It's based on old ideas that you created when you were a child, because we didn't know any better, and they're kind of stopping you or from kind of moving on with what you want. So basically that's kind of what it is. One of the first steps is going into yourself. And the transmutation is just being aware of how this has been playing out, and also having the intention to move from this, to become whole, to heal from it, to bring love into those areas which are hurting, bringing acceptance to those areas where you say, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't look great, I look ugly, I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm too this, I'm too that. And just allowing yourself to just, oh, okay, I don't really care anymore, and I love myself no matter what. I love myself, and those things I believed when I was a child, I love and accept them, and I'd like to move on from them, and I love and accept myself for thinking those things. I didn't know any better, and it wasn't my fault, and it's okay. So it's kind of part of the work that you might do, or someone might do with you, some therapy that they may do with you, if that's what you're called to do. But yeah, transmutation, doing the work, doing your work, going deep. And then I know that when we're doing this work, it can be really, really frightening, and it can be a real eye-opener. It can be quite shocking, the ideas or the thoughts that we had, and it certainly has been for me. But then also just, trusting. Don't worry, this is what you might feel when you find out, and feel when you're doing this work. But trust, hold the focus, keep the intention. And you find that it's difficult to perhaps fully appreciate the process when you're going through it, but when you're out of it and you're moving through it and you've gone beyond it into a calmer and a better place, you can look back and you can harvest some good stuff from it. You can harvest the gold from it. You get an understanding of why things happened the way they did, why that relationship failed perhaps, or why you didn't stop the relationship faster because it was not great for you, and what stopped you from actually resolving it faster. Okay? Harvest Mother watches over me. So it's really about harvesting, taking time to have a look at everything that you have worked on so far, everything that you have become aware of so far, and integrating it, giving yourself time and space and a good place, even if it's at home, even if it's in the bath, and integrating it instead of just running along and not sort of getting a good idea. Again, it's like looking back on it and seeing, okay, why did I do these things? Why did I do those things? Why did those things play out? Oh, okay. Now I have a better idea of how I can move forward or avoid these situations which won't help me at all. Okay? So harvesting all the work that you've done, all the experiences up to this point, instead of running forward with something else. And giving yourself time. So Mercury retrograde is a good time for this. Allowing yourself to ruminate on it, and then digesting it. And after that, when you've got all the lovely pearls and you've got all the lovely nutrients, you can write, what would I like to do next? Or is it a good time to launch this new project, or think about new projects, or think about new life? The final card, be the mountain. Ooh, grounded, anchored, slow and steady foundations. So by doing all this harvesting, by doing all this shadow work, all this trust and setting your intention, creating a foundation for something new. It's not sandy, it's huge, lovely rocks, solid mountain. And then you build something on top of that, your next thing on top of that, or your next sort of idea of what your life should be, or what you want it to be. It's gonna be lovely and solid. And whatever happens, finances going crazy, world going upside down, you're gonna feel fine. You're gonna feel fine, because nothing will rock that. No matter what anyone throws at you, you know that you know who you are. That's what all this shadow work really is about. It's finding out more of who you are, and then what you want to get rid of, so that you can, it's like a sculpture. Where's sculpture? Imagine Michelangelo with a block of beautiful Carrara marble, and it's got an idea. That's the intention. It's got the idea of what he wants it to be, and he's prepared it. And all through this time, someone might have, oh God, I'm not good enough, can't do it. It's got to work through all that, and finally it's chipping away, and then you get this beautiful product result at the end of it. And that's what the invitation is for all of us. What do you want to create out of this body that you're given. Yeah? What you want to create with it, through it, for it. Okay? So, I hope that was useful. Please give it a thumbs up if it was. Sorry, it was a bit long with a pause in the middle. But I hope you have a fantastic week. And yeah, take care of yourself as we're coming into this period. We're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde and coming up to eclipses and stuff. It can shake us. Hence the foundations are important. It can be amazing. Yeah. Opportunities suddenly arise. Amazing. Yes. It can be very, very different for each person. So be careful. Be compassionate to yourself. And also have some compassion for others. Okay, so namaste. Thank you very much. And take care. And there'll be another one next week. So take care then. Love you all.